Hey everyone, I finished watching the next Street Shark episode, Card Sharks. I remembered really liking this one. I don't like it as much now. It's a really sloppy, messy episode. It's not very good. The animation is janky and stiff and just really off model. The plot is dumb. Uh, there's a lot of plot holes in it. I think the reason I liked it so much initially when I first saw it, I didn't see this one as a kid. I saw it when I was a teenager, adult, when I got the DVD set from Mill Creek, and now I'm watching it on the new Blu-ray that I got a while ago. Um, I think I liked it just because, oh, it's something new. It's something I've never seen before. But now watching it again, it's not good. So anyway, the episode starts off with the sharks are off in some casino district shooting a movie. A bad looking sci fi movie called Jackpot from Jupiter. Or something like that. I don't remember. So anyway, they play Galactic Marines going after some thieving aliens. And let's see, they're called, was it? Yeah, Galactic Marines or something. And that makes me think about what's coming up later in Street Sharks. There's going to be some alien police things that I don't really care for. And then later in Extreme Dinosaurs, we have another space police thing. Done far better, but interesting. I'm wondering if any of those themes started here. Whatever. Anyway, then we see a news reporter talking to Maximilian Greco, who's just opened up a casino here. And Paradigm, back at wherever he is, sees the report and loses his temper, but oddly doesn't turn into paranoid, so I guess he's getting better at controlling that, maybe. So anyway, Reptile and Shrimp Louie are right there, and he sends them to steal money from the casino. Because he doesn't like Greco. Okay. His motivations have gotten really petty. Like, they've changed a lot from, like, I can be a god creating my own beings. You'll be immortal, and I'll be your leader, and you'll all be loyal to me, to, I don't like that guy. Go steal his money. It's such a bizarre character arc that Paradigm has. So anyway, trying to say, oh yeah, the director of the movie that the sharks are in is friends with Benz. That's why the sharks got involved, I guess. So then they're taking them on a tour of Greco's casino. And there's a weird thing, the sharks never once in this episode seem to think that there's anything wrong with Greco in this casino. They never think there's anything shady going on, that there's anything suspicious about him in this casino, even though it's obvious he owns it. His name is on the front of it. Whatever. So anyway, the sharks see a Humongo Burger restaurant in there, and they all go in, and the director tells Benz that he agreed to pay the sharks in Humongo Burgers instead of money. I guess that makes sense. And there's another weird thing in this episode. The sharks just kind of walk around and nobody notices. I don't know if it's because, like, the movie is shooting, so they think they're people in makeup or something, or maybe they're just used to the sharks. But it gets really weird when Reptile and Shrimp Louie come in, and everyone is still just totally fine with them. Like, they're not the sharks, and they're also not in the movie. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Is that what the, like, umbrella is supposed to be? That they don't, nobody thinks anything weird of Reptile and Shrimp Louie because they think they're part of the movie or something? I didn't think of this while I was watching it. They don't say it. Paradigm doesn't, like, take that into account. And there's a weird thing, Reptile and Shrimp Louie are, like, wearing suits. Or while Reptile's wearing a shirt, he can't really wear pants. Shrimp Louie has, like, 4 arms, so he has a 4-armed suit. And again, nobody really thinks it's weird or anything. So anyway, they're just going around pulling slot machines and winning a bunch of money. Well, that's not stealing, that's just winning. Anyway, Reptile, I guess, gets sick of doing that, so he just starts zapping the machines, and that automatically drains all the money out. Oh, and that's something, the machines will just dump money out, which I don't think is how real casino machines work. Like, they don't give you actual money, they give you tokens that you can trade in for money, right? I don't know, maybe there's machines that will give you money, I don't know. I don't know much about casino machines. So anyway, the sharks see them stealing money, they chase after them. The Soviets get in a getaway vehicle, they lose the sharks, they stash the money in a trailer, and Reptile tells Shrimp Louie that he wants to go steal from other casinos. And, oh, and this is something. Earlier on, Reptile was talking to Shrimp Louie and saying, hey, we should steal from other casinos. And Shrimp Louie's like, yeah, but the boss only wants us to steal from this one because it's Greco's. Yeah, whatever. And this time, Shrimp Louie's like, yeah, alright. And he's reluctant, but he does go along with it. Okay. Like, that is kind of a funny idea that Reptile just wants to keep stealing money. And whatever. So then, Paradigm, back at his base, is all like, where are they? And then Killamari comes in, and Killamari has changed a lot. Initially, he was a big, threatening character. He was a really dangerous character. So anyway, Killamari has become a way weaker character, it seems. Like, he's really scared and nervous throughout this whole episode. It's so bizarre to me. Like, how just cowering and fearful he acts. It's such a contrast to how he started. I don't know why he acts like this. I'm wondering, was this supposed to be Shrimp Louie in this role? I feel like that would have made more sense. Like, Killamari is the one with Reptile, and this is Shrimp Louie being sent to go find them, and he's all nervous because he doesn't want to go alone or something. So anyway, Killamari goes out to find Reptile, and he's spotted by Greco and some security guards or police or something. And then he runs from them. I think Killamari forgot that, like, he can shoot poison darts? Like, when Paradigm sends him out, Paradigm tells him, keep a low profile. Okay, so he could probably just shoot Greco and the guards, and that would knock them out, right? Also, like, why keep a low profile? You sent Reptile and Shrimp Louie right into a casino filled with people. And if, like, this was part of his plan that there's a movie shooting, people will think they're just people in costume, then why wouldn't they think the same thing of Killamari? This episode's a mess. It doesn't make any sense. So anyway, Greco's dogs are chasing him, and let's see, Killamari eventually loses them. He finds Reptile and Shrimp Louie, and then Reptile zaps him, and then Killamari just yells. Like, he doesn't keep running after them, he just yells at them. Yeah, he's a really weaker character now. I don't know what's going on. Greco's dogs somehow, let's see, they run to the trailer where the money was stashed earlier. They break the door open, and for some reason the street sharks just happen to be hanging around it. Like, did they track Reptile and Shrimp Louie to the trailer? We don't see any of that. How would they have even tracked them there? Can they smell them? Whatever, anyway. Greco and the police show up, and there's this big scuffle they get into with the money. Yeah, Greco accuses the sharks because they happen to be near it. Okay. And, oh yeah, there's a funny bit where, let's see, the dogs attack the sharks, and the dogs also attack the policemen. So they don't care, they'll just attack anybody. They, like, headbutt one of the policemen. Then there's a part where Greco picks up a police car and chucks it at Ripster. With a guy still inside it, which is funny. Ripster catches the car, puts it down, and then, like, opens the door, or rolls the window down or something, and there's a guy inside. That's kind of funny, but yeah, it's really weird. Anyway, Ripster turns himself in falsely just to make sure that no one will get hurt in this continuing scuffle there. And then, let's see, the rest of the sharks make plans to track down Reptile because they know he's the one who actually stole the money. Then Paradigm actually transforms into Paranoid when he finds out Reptile lost the money. Which is really strange, because of all times that he could lose his temper and turn into Paranoid, why now? When nothing has happened, really. Like, he doesn't need the money. That was never his motivation, was to get money from Greco. It was just to steal the money from Greco. Like, I don't know what's going on. Wasn't inconveniencing Greco the whole point of stealing the money, not to actually get money? Because Paradigm has money. He got a grant for donating to the zoo a while ago, didn't he? So he has plenty of money. Whatever. Anyway, maybe he knows that the police got the money back. Oh, this is something funny. When Ripster turns himself in, Greco goes to get the money, but the police are confiscating it because it's evidence. And Greco gets all mad about it, and that's pretty funny. So I was thinking maybe Paradigm doesn't know that the money wasn't given back to Greco. Whatever. Anyway, it's a weird thing, and the episode's a mess, whatever. Let's see. There's a funny bit where Shrimp Louie and Reptile are confessing to Paradigm what's been going on. And there's a funny bit where Shrimp Louie tells Paradigm, Reptile has a gambling problem. Which is just silly, because it's not a gambling problem that Reptile has. He's not gambling, he's just stealing. And people just let him do it. I guess because he's a giant electric eel, so no one's gonna argue with him, but whatever. Anyway, Paradigm sends him back to the casino along with Killamari, and I don't know how they're supposed to be blending in, but they didn't try to blend in before, so whatever. The Sharks find the Ceviots, and they're about to capture them, but then Greco sends his dogs into the fight because he happens to be right there. Then there's a bunch of confusion. Greco slips away with Reptile, Killamari, and Shrimp Louie through this secret wall. This is a thing now, I guess. Anyway, the Sharks follow, and it's really easy for them to find the entrance. Greco leads them away from the fight. He moves the foot of this statue, and the wall opens. And the Sharks come over. Where'd they go? And Jab's like... and just casually pushes the foot of the statue. Okay, lucky. Anyway. Let's see. Greco wants to make a deal with Reptile to steal from competing casinos. And Reptile agrees. This is a cool story, actually. This should have been the plot of the episode. Reptile, like, there should have been, like, a divide growing between Reptile and Paradigm. Like, Reptile likes stealing so much, so now his loyalty to Paradigm is starting to break because he wants to steal more with Greco. I think that would be a cool story, but it doesn't really go anywhere. So then, the Sharks follow them to another casino, they fight, and the fight collapses the entire building, and then the Ceviots suddenly see Paradigm there. Paradigm came down himself, because he saw them on TV during the report on the movie filming. He sees the Ceviots walk into another casino, and he's like, that's not Greco's casino! And, okay, whatever. Greco comes in, picks up Paradigm, and tosses him. Paradigm's weak too here. I don't know what's going on. And I don't really know why he does it. I guess just because. The Sharks go outside, and they find out Ripster's been freed, and then Benz comes and tells him that he called the police and told them he had evidence, and that Ripster didn't steal the money. And then he proceeds to give the police the evidence then, after Ripster's been freed. That's not how that works. Okay, whatever, moving on. Dumb cartoon, I know. Let's see. Oh yeah, one of the things I was thinking of was maybe the police are, sympathetic to Ripster? Because remember way back in the early episodes when, let's see, there were police that, oh, what was it? There was that detective guy who, he was supposed to be arresting the Sharks, but he lets them go because he thinks that they're good guys. And I think there was another thing somewhere where police were like, they were sympathetic to the Sharks and they let them go. That's kind of a cool concept, but that's not what it is here. Here it's just sloppy writing. So yeah, the episode's a mess. There's a whole bunch of questions left unanswered. Let's see, there's a weird part where at the end, Benz tells the police that the real culprits are inside, and he points to the collapsed building. The police go in, and we don't see what happens. Did they arrest Paradigm, Greco, and the Ceviots? Did they arrest some of them? Did they actually go to prison or anything? I don't know. Whatever. Uh, what happens next? I don't know. The episode ends with the sharks going to the premiere of the movie, and for some reason they treat this like it was a really big deal. Like throughout the episode, like the movie is the biggest thing, and I really don't get it. Like the sharks being involved with a movie filming is kind of a cute idea that they're playing aliens and whatever, but there's no reason for it to be here. The only plot reason that it's here is so that Benz could record, or the reporters are recording this, what Reptile is doing, or whatever. And that's the tape that he gives to the police as evidence. Couldn't they have just done that with security cameras? Casinos definitely have security cameras. The villains are really silly now, and that really sucks. Paradigm has lost his intellect, his threatening nature. He's just a generic cartoon villain. Killamari is really weak. Street Sharks has come a long way from its beginning, but it's just getting sloppier and sloppier. And the animation in this episode is some of the worst. Like, after the first season of episodes, the animation got kind of a consistent level of quality, but here it just plummets and it looks like garbage. I don't know what happened here. Stiff movements, off-model characters, there's reused animation, wrong colors, nearly every mistake that could have been made is made. It's still like a dumb, fun type of episode, but it's a lot more dumb than on the fun side. But I don't know, maybe it depends on what you're looking for in a cartoon. Like, whatever, turn your brain off and it's fine, I guess. I'm trying to remember. I might have seen this as a kid, but it definitely didn't make an impression out of my mind. When I got the tape, or when I got the tapes, there was only like the first few episodes. When I got the Mill Creek DVD, it was the whole series, and I didn't remember anything of this episode. And rewatching it now on Blu-ray, I still don't remember watching it as a kid. Maybe I did, but yeah, I didn't remember much of it. So anyway, that's all for this one, I guess. This is a dumb episode. I'm hoping the next one is better. See ya.